Welcome back to Mulu's Cooking. Today I'm gonna show you guys our favorite chicken soup. It is the most delicious chicken soup. I'm laughing because I always say that the most delicious, but it is true. It's really our favorite, and we usually have that in the winter, maybe once or twice, if we're lucky, 3 times, because it's a little bit has a lot of work to it. So but everybody loves it, and I hope you guys will love it, enjoy it, and share it with your family and friend. But so to make this chicken soup, you can make it with chicken breast or chicken thigh. It doesn't matter. It's how you prepare it and how you do it. That's all it matters. But you definitely need chicken. So let's go ahead and see all the ingredients, and then we start to make it. Okay. And here is all the ingredients what we need to make this delicious chicken soup. First, you need 4 breast chicken, and then we need black pepper, powder garlic, and a powder cumin, complete seasoning, and then coriander. I'm showing you guys this because this is what I buy, and I grind it at home myself. I like it that way. And then salt, and then sumac. I will put this on with all the ingredients where you can find it. And then so here's everything, all the dry ingredients. I know it looks a lot. Everything is 1 tablespoon except the black pepper and the salt, and I will explain that when we get later. And then here is another 3 tablespoons all-purpose flour, and then a 1/4 cup of oil. So but first let's start to work on with the chicken, and then we come back and show you the next step. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with 1 breast chicken. If there is fat around it, you can just remove the fat, like right here. I will remove that. And then you're gonna slice this as thin as you can. You press on the top, like that. I'm gonna try to do at least 3 or 3.5, because on the edge it's thinner, so the bottom part will be, you know, only 3, but then the top, because it's a little thicker, I'm gonna get 4 slice. Like that. As you can see, this is thin, so we're gonna leave it about this much. That way it's easy to get the next step. And I might have to thin this out too. There you go. And then once I slice it thin, I'm just gonna take it, cut it maybe in 4 places. Like that. So I'm gonna finish all of it like that. So here's all the ingredients here. I mix it really well, and I will say every ingredients here are very important, you know. You have to have all of them. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take half of this and put it into the chicken. Now the salt might not be enough. This is what we start with. As we go along, we can add whatever we want as we try it. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my hand to get everything mixed in. I like to use my hand. If you're not comfortable to use your hand, go ahead and use whatever you like, but make sure every side, every chicken pieces are covered with the herbs that we are doing. See what the color? This looks good. Now this is the first time I ever measure to make this soup, so to make it easier for you guys, but usually I never measure. And by the look at it, it looks like it needs more sumac, which is, I'm gonna show you. And whenever I use the sumac, I always put the link where you can find it. So it should be a little purple. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little more. This is the sumac. I put it here and put it in the fridge so it doesn't lose its flavor. So this is 1 teaspoon. And more likely I need to put more on the other one too, but I'll do that later. I don't need to do it right now. So and then I'm gonna go ahead and mix this again. And once I mix it, I'll leave this cover in the fridge while I'm getting done the other stuff. With this cold weather, it's definitely, soup is very important and everybody loves this. There, much better. This is the color I'm used to. And if I flip any side of it, they're all covered. So this is good. And now I'm just gonna cover it and keep it in the fridge. Now we're gonna start the soup. You need deep pan as big as this, and let's go ahead add the oil. Once the oil warm up, I'm gonna go ahead and add the all-purpose flour, but I'm gonna wait for the oil to warm up. Now I'm gonna add the 3 tablespoons all-purpose flour, and we're gonna cook this hand on until it's like a dark brown, which you will see. If you don't mix it constantly until you see the color that you're looking for, it might burn, and then it might not be evenly. So keep your hand on, just keep mixing it. looks a little bit thick. I added 1 more tablespoon because by just looking at it, I didn't think it was enough. So, but don't worry, I'm keeping track of everything that I'm adding into my notebook. So every change that I make, you're gonna get it. Look at that. It's a little bit thicker. Now I can tell once it's thick, it's gonna be enough. It starts to turn. The color is turning a little brown. And it kind of smells like it's burning, but it's not burning. Don't worry. And you're gonna have to let it get brown even more than this. It's just the oil, you know, is making it smell like it's like burning. It's getting darker more than was before, so I have a little more to go. I just want to show you guys every step, the changing of the color. So this is good enough, but not there yet. If I add water on top of this, it's gonna get really lighter, and we don't want that. We want the soup to get darker. So I'm gonna cook this a little more, and then once I finish, once I turn, I get to the color that I'm looking for, I'll turn off the heat because I need it to cool down before I add the water. Here it is. This is what it looks like. This is like really dark chocolate, right? Or maybe like a caramel color. So this is good. So now I have boiled water. I'm going to go ahead and add. And we're gonna mix it until we get everything. Be careful, it's kind of still hot. But I already turned off the heat because imagine if I would not let it cook, cool down a little bit. When I add the water, I feel like it might start fire. So that's why I let it cool while I'm mixing it. Never let your hand off, especially when it gets to this level. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and add more water until I had enough of filling it up. You see the color? This is the color that I was looking for. But I need to add more water. I'm adding more water. I'm literally gonna fill it up because we're gonna cook it to low. So I'm gonna probably fill up one more time and add more. And I'm adding more water. That's good enough. And we're gonna add 1 Maggi. And then we're gonna add all the other ingredients to half. And then after that, I'm gonna add 1 more teaspoon of the sumac. And now we're gonna mix it. Oh, it smells so good. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it cook while I am frying the chicken that we marinate and left. So I'm gonna close it and let it cook slowly, and let's go ahead and fry the other chicken. And I got my frying ready, and here's the chicken. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 1 piece at a time and cook the chicken. I'm gonna have to use my hand so I can open it up. You're gonna add salt to your liking. And I know I'm gonna have to add more salt to the soup. And when we cook the chicken, we're gonna cook it until it's crispy and caramel color, but we're gonna do it with, you know, slow heat, not too fast. Because if it's too fast, it's gonna kind of cook just the top, but not really the inside. There it is. Once it starts to shrink, you can actually add more. You will have more space. There it is. Now I'm gonna go ahead and check the back. This looks good. So for now I'm gonna go ahead and turn it. And I'll start with like the ones I cooked first. This one needs more. Good. This is how we want it. All these ones are new. This is good. I'm gonna let this cook. I don't think they're done. Yeah. Smells so good. Here's the soup. It's cooking really well. Oh guys, it smells so good. It smells so good. And I just keep mixing it. I mean, you don't need to mix it, but when it boiled all the way up here, it kind of brought all the seasoning up. So I'm just gonna push it back. But you see the color? It smells so wonderful though. I'm just gonna still let it cook. I think it's done. I like it like this. When it's cooked like this, when you're cooking it later with the soup, the flavor gives it, and it's just the way it tastes is just incredibly delicious. But if you don't make it up to this color, if it's soft, then because you're gonna cook it for a while, once we add it to the soup too, one will fall apart, and two, the flavor, the chicken is not the same. I guess because I'm used to certain things, but you're doing this first time, if you want to change it up a little bit, I think it won't, you won't know the difference that I know how I make it. So this is how I like it. If you want to go ahead and make it a little lighter, that's fine. This one I'm gonna flip it a little bit. Let me see. This one is a lighter, so I'm gonna let it cook a little bit, and this one too. Alright, I finished frying the chicken. I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of salt because the soup doesn't have salt, and that should be enough. And now we can go ahead and add the old chicken that we fried. Doesn't look so yummy. Yes, but I don't know how I'm gonna add this, so I'm just gonna go this slow. I'm gonna use this. I don't want it to splash. I might as well just use my hand so it doesn't splash and burn myself. And now I'm gonna mix it. Oh, I dropped chickens. And I'm gonna cook it, you know, until I know the flavor, what I'm looking for, until everything it tastes so good. Like the salt, the chicken flavor is cooked, you know. Until this point it was just water with all the ingredients. But once we add the chicken and everything else cooked together, that's gonna have its own flavor. So I will taste it. When I think I'm happy, then I'll turn off the heat, and then it will be ready for dinner. But in the meantime, I'm gonna close it and cook it on medium. We come back and check maybe like in 5-7 minutes after it's cooked. And here it is. And when I'm mixing it, I can feel the soup is really a lot, right? And I'm going to let it cook to reduce the amount of the soup, and then the chicken and the, you know, and the soup will be like the same level. So then, and of course I'm gonna try to everything is good, and then I think it will be done. So but until then, I'm gonna keep cooking it. Right now actually it's been cooking for 15 minutes. And also when you cook it a lot, it's like, because we fry the chicken, it makes it so tender, and also, you know, it gives out its flavor to the soup. So a little more to cook. Here it is. You see how much it's reduced from when I first started. It's reduced by a lot. And now when I'm mixing it, I can feel the chickens, like it's thick, you know. So that tells me it's good amount. That's how I measure it. And also I tried it. Everything is wonderful. Now I'm gonna show you guys how we have it. Alright, so here it is. I got small rice. I'm ready to fill up the rest with soup. And the chicken is so like cooked so well, and it's just gonna fall apart in your mouth. And this is, I swear, this is the best soup you ever have. Alright guys, this is what it looks like. So when you eat this soup, at the end you're gonna need lime. You squish it as much you want, and then you just go ahead and enjoy it. It's really delicious. It is yummy. and I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you guys going to make it and try it. And if you know anyone might like it, might want to make it, please share the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm sorry I can't try this because I don't eat meat, but I know my family is gonna enjoy this. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.